Hey guys, in this lesson I want to explain model directive. This is one of the most popular and important directives of Alpine JS. You saw this directive in Vue.js that called vModel and in livewire that called wireModel. Assume that we have an input and a span. We want to write a text at input and show the text in span without reloading the page. At first, I define a variable named text, and I write hello in this variable. Here input model text, and below span text. This text is the one I wrote. When something has changed, input will change the text directive. On the other hand, span shows the text every moment, and every change will be shown. You see that I have an input, and as I create a change, span will show it. Actually, this process shows the power of Alpine JS. Alpine JS codes are shorter and also are most powerful than JavaScript and Vue.js. We also have this topic for text area, checkbox, and radio button and whatever is related to forms. For example, here I change this part to checkbox, and here model is display. I define a variable named display equals to true or false. And here I use show directive. When display is true, show hello. After reloading the page, you see that it's true, and by clicking on checkbox, hello will come and go. We can also do this for multiple inputs. For example, I have 3 inputs. I define a value for each of them. The first one, value Hamid. The second one, value Mike. And the third one, value Sarah. The model for all of them is names. And here I define a variable, names, and because it is a checkbox, it should be an array, so I define it as an array. And I say show the names to me. I reload the page, and as I choose every one of them, the names will be shown, and it shows the array as a text. If you wanted to do this by JavaScript and Vue.js, absolutely it was hard, with a lot of codes. For radio button, you should write a radio here. I also delete this line and change this to radio. And as I reload the page, as I choose one of the buttons, the name will be shown. We can also do this for select. I come here and I have a select. And I don't need this part. Model, names, option. And the first value is Hamid. And the second one is Sarah. And because we just want to choose one option, here is empty. And let me define the values. Here I write Hamid, and here I write Sarah. I refresh the page, and as I choose one of them, the span text will change. Sometimes we need to have dynamic options, and it is related to for directive, and in next lessons I will explain it completely. Alright, you learned models till now. Like previous lessons, here we have some modifiers, and we will use them to optimize our work. For example, I have an input, here I say model, text, and span text. I have an input, and the model is text, and the span must show the text. In default, as I type something at input, span will show it. But sometimes, we need to finish typing, and after clicking outside of input see the message. In this case, we can use lazy modifier. If I reload the page and type in the box, it won't show the text immediately, but when I click outside of input, it will show the text. We also have this on livewire, and we had problems for updating the data, and the requests to the server will be increased. Also for this problem, we use lazy modifier and so on. The next modifier is number. In Alpine JS, when you type a number or a string, it will detect all of them as a string. For example, if you write 25, it will detect it as a string. Let me delete lazy. And I come here and define the type of my text. To detect string, you should use typeof. After reloading the page, even if I write a number in the box, it will detect it as a string. Sometimes I need to detect it as a number. Here we can use number modifier. Okay, here after model, I say .number. It means everything I type in the box will be detected as a number. And after reloading the page, it will detect it as a number. We can use this modifier in some special places. The next modifiers are debounce and throttle, and I explained them in previous lessons. In the last topic, we had some events, and here we have some models. Here we can use debounce to change the text after a specific time. Here I write debounce, and I define the delay time, for example, 1 second. And here I delete typeof, and you will see that after I type the text, after 1 second it will update it. I reload the page and write something here, and after 1 second, the text will be updated. We also talked about throttle modifier and explained the differences between debounce and throttle. We almost learned how to work with models and how to use them. Now we are going to learn Alpine.js as well. There is no special point anymore. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Have a good time